So I've been using the Google Pixel 9a as my daily driver for the past 5 weeks. This is actually my first ever Pixel phone, and let's just say the experience has been both surprising and frustrating at the same time. At $499, Google clearly had to cut some corners, but the question is, are those compromises worth it? In this video, I'll share the good, the bad, and the things you really need to know before buying the Pixel 9a. The phone has a plastic build with an aluminium frame. It's more of a matte plastic finish, and the frame makes the Pixel 9a feel premium when you have it in your hand. For the plastic at the back, it's kind of a mixed feeling. Some people love it while others feel we should have glass at this price point. The build of this phone is a way for Google to settle between premium materials and keep the phone affordable. Besides, plastic is more durable than glass. The biggest change on this phone is the absence of a visor that houses the camera. We have a flat camera cutout that blends with the back of the phone. This phone sits comfortably on the table without any wobbles. Personally, I'm okay with the choice of taking the visor off, while some people are not happy with that. One thing that I actually have a problem with is the already visible scratches on the glass housing the camera. You really need a case to protect the camera area from scratches. I'll leave links to some of the cases that I'm using in the description. One thing that took a bit of time to get used to was the placement of the unlock key and volume buttons. It's in reverse here, and when I started using the Pixel 9a, I would accidentally increase the volume trying to access the unlock key. We have stereo speakers here, and the sound is really decent for the price, and we also have a SIM card tray at the bottom, and the phone supports just one SIM card. But thanks to eSIM, you can have multiple SIM cards on the phone. I have the black color option here, and it shows fingerprint stains. I actually wanted the white color option, but it wasn't available when I bought the phone. The phone is small and suitable for one-hand use. This phone reminded me of how bad I miss small phones. It's just smooth to operate with one hand, and you can reach anywhere on the display. We also have an IP68 rating, which means it can survive in water and dust won't really affect this phone. Obviously, we have a flat display with pretty noticeable bezels around. Somehow, it's an even bezel, and a lot of people complained about it. Before I started using the phone, it was obviously one of the drawbacks that I thought of, but when I started using it every day, I completely forgot it was there. And if you're even going to use a case on the phone, it will even hide a little bit more of those bezels. We have a 6.3-inch OLED display here with a 120Hz refresh rate and 1080p resolution, and then we have Gorilla Glass 3 protection, which is decent, but I wish we had something higher like the Gorilla Glass Victus. It's something I know Google can do, but they just choose to give us the Gorilla Glass 3 that is a little bit older. I haven't used the screen protector since I got the phone, and it has been holding up pretty well. The Pixel 9a also has an optical under-display fingerprint scanner, and it's really fast, almost without failing. Colors appear sharp and contrasting on the display, and it's responsive to touch from every corner. I also have to let you know that the haptics while typing feels great, but when you use maybe a flagship tier phone, you will feel the difference. It's not as good as what you get on the more expensive flagship phones. The refresh rate switches between 120Hz to 60Hz depending on what is happening on the screen. Max brightness is around 2700 nits, and it's visible even under direct sunlight. The camera cutout is also quite noticeable when compared to other phones around its price category. Overall, the display feels okay, and it also supports HDR10 and HDR10+. My unit of the Pixel 9a has 8GB RAM and 128GB storage space. It's LPDDR5X RAM and UFS 3.1 storage type on the phone. 128GB is starting to feel like it's not enough. At the moment, I've used almost 70% of the entire storage, and I might have to remove some apps or even delete files to get some storage space back. And there is no slot for memory expansion on this phone. There is a model with 256GB storage space, but it still has 8GB RAM, and it costs $599. Also, I want to point out that it's difficult to get a USB-C cable that lets you connect the Pixel 9a to a Windows system smoothly. Of all the USB-C cables I have around, only one works smoothly. Since I started using the phone, I've had to rely on QuickShare for sending files from my PC to the Pixel 9a. It's weird because I'm expecting the Pixel 9a to work seamlessly with Windows computer. As expected, Android is supposed to work fluidly with Windows. I don't know what Google is thinking there. Performance has really been smooth and fast. We have the Tensor G4 processor here, and it's really good. Apps open up quickly, and apps run in the background seamlessly too. Performance also stays consistent almost all the time, unless of course you stretch the RAM on the phone. Day-to-day activities for normal usage are smooth, unless you try to play games for a long period. That's where you'll notice that it's not as good as what you are going to have on like the Samsung Galaxy S25 or maybe the iPhone 16e. I'm not someone that play games on my phone, and if you're into gaming, this phone might not really be the right one for you. You should go out there and get maybe Samsung or maybe the iPhone 16e, they will perform better. It's not that like games will not play completely, but you definitely experience lags and stutters here and there. In terms of overheating, it didn't really get hot, but it was noticeably warm when I pushed the phone out of its comfort zone. Software is one of the strengths of this phone. When I started using it, it was running on Android 15, but right now it's running on Android 16. That means we have 6 years of software updates and security patches left on the Pixel 9a. Google initially promised 7 years of software updates and we already have 1 down. The interface is clean and minimal. The experience here doesn't try to draw you in with colors like One UI. We have Material Tree Expressive, which is the major change from Android 15. It offers more dynamic and fluid animation around the UI. You can also now edit the quick menu options into different sizes. There are a ton of AI features, but the ones that I use the most are the image eraser and circle to search. In fact, if you're someone that loves editing pictures, I don't think there is any phone that beats this one in terms of the available photo editing features. There's also Pixel Studio where you can generate images of different types. And one thing that I'm going to tell you is that in terms of AI, there is no phone that will beat this phone because you have Gemini. It's smooth. If you're someone that really needs it, it's very, very functional. You also need to know that there are bugs sometimes in the UI. The most noticeable one for me was when I couldn't swipe out the music player from the quick menu. I haven't really used Gemini a lot, even though it's really useful and I know it's there when I need it. The software on the Pixel 9a is impressive and I love the timely updates Google roll out all the time on this phone. Now we have a 48 megapixel primary camera here, accompanied by a 13 megapixel ultra-wide lens at the back. The selfie camera is 13 megapixel and the quality of images you get for the price might be another big reason to get the Pixel 9a ahead of other phones within its price range. Photos in daylight appear sharp, detailed, and colors are true to life. HDR is also impressive in pictures, as you can see showing on the screen right now. I also have to say that images are consistent. The shutter speed while snapping is also something that I really appreciate. How fast it is. You can zoom all the way to 8 times, but I feel you get the best at 2 times zoom. Anything above that get noisy and sometimes the images can't really be useful. Portrait images also come out really well. It detects the subject and separates it from the background nicely. The ultra-wide lens does a good job with good colors and notable HDR. Low light pictures impressed me even more. The details and lack of noise make them appealing. I would say the selfie is impressive with brightness and sharpness on point. I also love how the colors appear when you snap selfie pictures. You can record 4K videos at 60 frames per second using the main camera, but the selfie and ultra-wide lens can only do 4K 30 FPS. The video is impressive. Here is how video from the main camera looks. Let me know what you think about the video quality in the comment section. Another really good feature about the Pixel 9a has to be the battery. We have a 5100 mAh battery and it's an all-day battery life for me. It has a larger battery than the Pixel 9, and one area I wish would have been better on the Pixel 9a is the charging speed. It supports 23 watt charging, which is very slow in 2025. If there is one deal breaker for me after I started using the phone, then it has to be the charging speed. If they paired it with 45 watt charging speed, then the Pixel 9a would have been a bargain for the price. It takes around 1 hour and 45 minutes to fully charge this phone from 0 to 100, and it doesn't even get past 50% in 30 minutes of charging. The phone also supports 7.5 watt wireless charging speed, which I feel shouldn't have been added in the first place. It's just useless and it takes even longer to charge the phone from 0 to 100. That's been my honest experience with the Pixel 9a after weeks of daily use. For me, it strikes a balance between being compact, smooth, and reliable, but the slow charging speed is a real letdown. Still, if you value clean software, timely updates, and one of the best camera experience in this price range, the Pixel 9a is hard to ignore. What do you think would pick this phone over other options around $499? Drop your thoughts in the comment section and let's talk about it. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to subscribe for more real-world reviews like this one.